Hey y'all, it is finally time for my first Project 10 Pan update. When I started this project at the beginning of the year, actually I think I may have posted the intro in February, but I basically had set these products aside at the beginning of the year just because I knew that I was going to want to do this project. And when I finally was able to film and post my intro, I did mention that I probably wasn't going to be doing monthly updates, at least not at the beginning, because what I find anyway is that in those first couple of months, I never really have that much progress to talk about. But now we are, 3.5, closing in on 4 months into the year, and I do feel like I have some good progress to share with you. So let's go ahead and jump on in. I know that I just said I have some good progress, but of the 10 products that I did intro, there are 2 that I don't actually have any progress on. So the first one, it's a summertime product, so I have a feeling I will be using this quite a bit. It is starting to warm up here in Texas, and I feel like this is one that's going to get quite a bit of use this summer. So this is the Soul Body Glow Oil in the shade Golden. I mentioned that I did really like this. It's very shimmery, very golden, if you will, but it does not give a lot of color, which I thought it would give me more of like a tan with a glow. But it's basically just a body oil with glitter in it. So it's not exactly the product that I thought it was going to be, but that's fine. I do still like it. I just can't wear it, quite as frequently as, or in as many cases as I wanted to. So here is where I started the year. And like I said, I haven't used it at all. So I'm really going to try to use this throughout the summer. We'll just see, when I bring you my next update, we'll just see if I am able to make any progress on it. The other item that I haven't really used, I do think I've used this one time, but this is the doTERRA Yarrow Palm Active Botanical Nutritive Duo. This is, it is the Yarrow Palm oil in a carrier oil. I think the carrier is coconut oil. Yeah, it doesn't actually say, or else I'm not reading it properly. But anyway, I did mention that I've had this one for a few years, and so I don't feel comfortable using it on my face anymore because my face is so incredibly sensitive. So what I am doing is I am planning to mix this in with a foot cream that I have. I did this a lot during the summer last year, and I just basically have forgotten to, kind of implement this again. But what I did is I used this and I mixed a couple of drops in with this really thick foot cream that I had, slathered that all over my feet, and then used these aloe vera socks that I bought on Amazon. Those are recommended by Emily Noel, and I love them. I've been using them for probably about 1.5 years now, off and on. Really, really good stuff. So because I don't feel comfortable using this on my face anymore, I do mix this in with the foot cream. And I think I have used this one time, but I always forget to use those socks. And so therefore, by proxy, I forget to use this oil. So like I said, we're coming up on sandal season now. And so I do feel like, I just got my first pedicure of the year, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I feel like I'm going to be a little bit more conscious of my feet. So this one hopefully is another one that will get some use throughout the spring and into the summer. Okay, now for the rest of them. I promise I do have some progress to show you. The next item is this Perfectly Posh Orange Caramello Sugar Lip Scrub. I have been working on this lip scrub for literal years. And I mentioned in my intro, I don't particularly love the texture of it. It's very thick. I do like that it's very scrubby, so there's a ton of sugar in it. But I just want to use this up and be done with it. I have been using a lip mask pretty much as a lip balm fairly frequently, so I have not found that, so my lips have stayed pretty moisturized, really, is where I'm going with this. So I haven't really needed to use a lip scrub very much, but I have been able to use this 3 more times. And so hopefully you will see a little bit of progress there. For these types of things where I can't really mark it, what I'm going to try to do is go back to my intro video and maybe do like a side-by-side and, you know, see if I can pull that original footage if I still have it. So that I can kind of drop that in and you can see visually where I was compared to where I am this time. But I have used this, like I said, certainly not my favorite, but it's getting some use, which is the entire point. Next, we've got a little bit more progress on this guy. This is the doTERRA Salon Essentials Root to Tip Serum. I mentioned in my intro that since I've been wearing my hair curly, I have not been using a lot of oils in my hair, and that is still the case, but I have tried to work this into my routine. I don't have a curly hair routine like down pat yet. I'm still using different products and trying different things and trying to see what the results are and how that, you know, how I like that. So I have used this a few times. And so you'll see where, hopefully you can see, that right there is my starting mark. And then there just below it, hopefully you can see both of those. I don't know, maybe I think I might be a little too close to the camera. It looks to me like maybe it's having some trouble focusing, but I have made a little bit of progress in this. When I use this, I only use maybe like 4, maybe 5 drops at a time. And I only wash my hair twice a week. I may increase that going into the summer. So we might be using this a little bit more, but for right now, I only use 4 or 5 drops a couple of times a week. So it's not very much progress, but progress is still progress. Okay, let me show you something that I've got a lot of progress on, and that is this Beautycounter Counter Plus Overnight Resurfacing Peel. I had mentioned in my intro that I was using this along with a couple of other exfoliants, and I wasn't really sure how I was going to, you know, kind of juggle all 3 of them when I had all 3 of them in this project, but I do feel like I have made some good progress here. So when I started, I was right here. And I end up using this anywhere from 1 to 2 times per week. This is something that I use only at night because it is an overnight peel. So what I do is I will use this, and then what you're supposed to do is let this dry like 5 to 10 minutes and then put on a moisturizer over it. I forget to do that most of the time. So a lot of times when I use this, this is the only nighttime product that I'm using. So I started here, and now I am down to there. So I feel like that's a good, you know, I feel like that's some good progress. And my focus is going funky. Okay, hopefully, let's see. And I'm back. So anyway, I feel like that was pretty good progress. I feel like if we continue to make that same progress, I could be done in like 2 to 3 more months. So this one, I had mentioned that I really love the Beautycounter brand. I'm not a rep for them. I buy through one of my friends. She is a rep for them, and I really love the products. They are very pricey. They are, you know, very, like environmentally aware. They don't put a lot of like chemicals and toxins and dyes and things like that into their products. So they're a much more natural, as you know, as natural as you can be with skincare, but that also makes them a bit pricey. Okay, speaking of pricey and speaking of Beautycounter, I've got 2 more products that I am working on. The first one is my very favorite eye cream. I have heard so many people say you don't really need an eye cream. You can use eye cream as a moisturizer and moisturizer as an eye cream. You do what you want. I love this eye cream. This is the Beautycounter, Counter Time, the Ultra Renewal eye cream. And so again, I'm going to try to have a little picture here, or maybe just like a split screen video, but I started using this back in January and I had literally just barely scratched the surface. It didn't actually even look like I had used it hardly at all. And the reason for that is because I mentioned, as I have mentioned many times on this channel before, I did not have a good nighttime skincare routine. For the majority of my adult life, I have basically like gone to bed with makeup on and just washed it off in the morning. Since the first of the year, I have made it a point to wash my face every single night and make sure that the makeup is off, do a skincare routine. So that's where I'm making a lot of progress in these different products that I'm showing you today. And so this eye cream is one that I will pretty much use nearly every night. When on the nights that I use this, I might not use it. Sometimes I might, but I usually forget. But most nights I use this, and then every single day I use it. Even on the days when I don't necessarily wear makeup, I still will get up, wash my face, and do my skincare routine. And this is basically at the end once I put on my serums and my moisturizers. So I love this eye cream. It is a little bit costly, but to me, very much worth it. And as I say, I have been using this consistently all year. So basically for the last basically 3 months, and I am not even halfway into the jar. So this could last me potentially 6 to 7 months. So very well worth it in my opinion. But again, this was one that I put in just because I wanted to, the accountability to make myself use it. And so I feel like I have done that. I have implemented my skincare routine and I'm making great progress on that. Speaking of great progress, this is the the Beautycounter Counter Time Tetrapeptide Supreme Cream. This is a fabulous nighttime moisturizer. There have been times in the winter where, particularly on the weekends, if I wasn't planning to wear any makeup, my skin gets so incredibly dry that there have literally been times where I have just worn this as my daytime moisturizer and called it a day. I didn't put any makeup on. I just let all that good stuff soak into my skin, and it has truly done wonders. So from hopefully what you're seeing here of where I started, here is where I am now. And check this out. I have hit pan on the bottom, and I would say I have maybe 30% left, maybe. Okay. Maybe not even, maybe 20% left in here. I absolutely love this moisturizer. And the reason it's in this project is because I didn't have a nighttime skincare routine. And so I've been using this since May of last year. And I really like it, but because I didn't wash my face at night, it was really hard for me to remember to use this. So again, I put it in here for the accountability, and I feel like I have accomplished that because I definitely am using it just about every single night once I wash my face, and I love it. All right, we've got 3 more, and I'm almost out of memory, so let's go quickly. This is the Dolce & Gabbana, Dolce & Gabbana The One perfume. This was just a usage goal for me. I wanted to use it 20 times. I have used it 5 so far, which is super exciting for me. I'm not marking it on the container at all. I just am aware that I have used it 5 times. So I just don't want to mark up on the bottle. So next we have the Tree Hut Hydrating Sugar Face Scrub, and this is in Watermelon Cactus Water with AHA. And I really, really like this. I bought this over Christmas when I was in Tennessee with my family, and so I started using it basically right after the first of the year. So it was essentially brand new when I brought it into this project, and I have been using it fairly consistently. Oh my God, I don't know what's wrong with my diction tonight. But I use this 2 to 3 times per week, and you can see that is where I am. So, super excited about my progress here. I do really, really like this. It's a very thick scrub, but I do feel like it exfoliates really nicely. Okay, my memory card did in fact fill up, and so I had to take a little break and delete my last 3 videos and a whole bunch of pictures off of this memory card. So if the setup, I felt like my camera got a little bit jostled in that process, so that's why from the last shot to this one, the framing might be a little bit off. Moving on and basically wrapping up, the last product that I have in this project is the Nassif MD Dermaceuticals Detox Pad. Now, these are the complexion perfecting pads, and I mentioned that this was opened when I started this project because I used 1 or 2 of these last year, and I couldn't remember if it was 1 or if it was 2. So there were either 58 or 59 of them in here. Let me just tell you, there are maybe 35 of them in there now. And I know you probably can't see that, but I'll put my finger on the top one, so hopefully you can see that I've been using these like crazy. I really, really like them. I do feel like my face feels a lot cleaner after I use them. I use them at night. So what I typically will do is I will use a micellar water, get all of my makeup off. I usually have to use that a couple of times, and then I will use my cleanser. If I use this one, then I'm not using this afterward. But I have been using I think it's a CeraVe cleanser for sensitive skin, and I really, really like that one. I feel like it's doing wonderful things for my skin. So I've been using that one basically since the beginning of the year. And so if I just use my traditional cleanser like that, then afterward I will use one of these. So I would say I probably use this, one of these pads, maybe 2 to 3 times per week. And I have really, really liked it. I don't know if I will repurchase the same product once I run out, because this was something that I got in a FabFitFun box several years ago. Probably, I haven't had FabFitFun for maybe 3 or 4 years. So this I got at least 4, maybe 5, maybe 6 years ago. So A, I don't know if this is even available still, but B, I feel like they put a lot of high dollar items in there that really, may or may not be worth retail, if you were to go out and buy them retail. Regardless, I probably will try to find some type of a complexion pad or a detox pad. That's kind of what they call these. It does have alpha and beta hydroxy in them, so I do like that. Like I said, I feel like my skin is really cooperating with me these days, and so I like the effect that these are having. So that's that. I've used, like I said, I've probably used 25 of them, I would say. There's probably about 35 or so left in here. So I don't see that I will have any problem using these up. I was kind of concerned about how I would juggle the 3 exfoliators, but I'm pretty happy with, what I've figured out so far. So that is everything I have to share with you today. I think I probably will keep on this like every other month update schedule. That way, on the months that I'm not bringing updates for this project with you, I can always update on my my project Pan. And then also I have the lip service project that I do every year and that I fail at every year. But I will tell you this with just the teeniest little spoiler, I feel like I'm doing a little bit better on the lip service this year. I mean, it's like, nearing the end of April and I haven't dropped out yet. So that's way better than last year. I'm pretty sure I dropped out in like February of last year. So that's everything I have to share with you today, guys. Thanks for joining me. If you have a recommendation for a complexion pad that you love, let me know. If you are doing any kind of like a Project 10 pan, let me know. Oh, and here's the other thing that I talked about in my intro is that I wasn't sure if this was going to be a rolling 10 pan. So in a rolling 10 pan, when you finish a product or like on the perfume, once I hit my goal of 20, then this is considered completed for this project. So do I then roll in a new product so that we always have 10 things going at once? Or do we basically just whittle it down until we just have nothing left? Let me know what you'd like to see. I don't think I've ever officially done a rolling 10 pan, so I do think that might be kind of fun. And I think that it would keep me more motivated to say like, hey, when you finish this thing up, you get to roll something else in and you get to start on something else. Rather than, like, hey, you have until the end of the year to use this, so no big hurry. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. Let me know if you agree. So let me know your thoughts. I hope you will consider subscribing if you haven't already. Like this video if you like it. Check out my links down below. I've got my Goodreads where you can follow me, my Instagram where you can follow me. I do have a Book of the Month referral link down below. You get a gift and I get a little something if you use that link, as well as the Buy Me a Coffee where you can support this channel. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you really soon. Bye.